Palantir just delivered one of the most jaw-dropping quarters in its history, and it's not just the numbers that have Wall Street buzzing. It's the story behind those numbers and the conviction from voices like Wedbush analyst Dan Ives, who's calling Palantir the Messi of AI. Ives believes this company isn't just riding the AI wave, it's shaping it, and could be on a path toward $1 trillion market cap within the next 2 to 3 years. The second quarter of 2025 was a statement. Palantir crossed the billion-dollar quarterly revenue mark for the first time ever, posting 48% year-over-year growth, far surpassing expectations. And the growth wasn't just a headline figure, it was broad-based and deeply impressive. US commercial revenue surged an astonishing 93% year-over-year, outpacing even its own government business, which still grew an impressive 53%. Overall, US revenue soared 68%, now making up nearly 3/4 of the company's total sales. This is an AI-fueled acceleration unlike anything we've seen from an enterprise software player at this scale. The demand is being driven by Palantir's artificial intelligence platform, AIP, which isn't just a tool, it's becoming the backbone for enterprise AI deployments. Unlike the hype-heavy large language models that can produce flashy but unreliable results, Palantir's software is grounded in what CEO Alex Karp calls pure understanding, powered by its ontology framework. This isn't theory, it's producing tangible, measurable impact for customers in finance, healthcare, manufacturing, and defense. Citibank has slashed onboarding and compliance checks from 9 days to seconds. Fannie Mae is detecting mortgage fraud instantly, saving millions. Nebraska Medicine boosted hospital efficiency equivalent to adding an entirely new unit without laying a single brick. These aren't science projects, they're high-value production-level transformations. The commercial momentum is staggering. Palantir booked $1.1 billion in commercial total contract value in Q2, up 185% from last year. The company closed 157 deals worth at least $1 million, with 42 of those topping $10 million. Top 20 customers are now averaging $75 million each in annual spend, up 30% from a year ago. The flywheel is spinning faster, customers come in, see results, expand quickly, and often become the company's best salespeople. And speaking of sales, Palantir is doing this without the bloated sales armies you see in traditional enterprise software. Karp insists the real driver of growth is existing customers telling new customers, you need to work with these people. That peer-to-peer credibility means when Palantir walks in the door, it's not starting from zero, it's starting from trust, with executives already convinced this software will deliver massive returns. Dan Ives sees this as a critical advantage in a market where hype is high, but real ROI is rare. On the government side, Palantir continues to be indispensable. It secured a massive 10-year enterprise agreement with the US Army worth up to $10 billion, consolidating 75 separate contracts into one. The US Space Force awarded a $218 million order to bolster multi-domain warfighting capabilities. And the ceiling for its Maven Smart System contract, a key AI-powered defense capability, was increased by nearly $800 million to meet surging demand from combatant commands. This is Palantir's moat, deep integration with critical national security infrastructure, where trust, track record, and technological edge are everything. Financially, the strength is undeniable. Adjusted operating margin hit 46%, beating guidance. Rule of 40 score, the benchmark for balancing growth and profitability, reached a jaw-dropping 94, which Karp points out may be the highest ever seen for a software company of this size. Free cash flow came in at $569 million for the quarter, a 57% margin, swelling the balance sheet to $6 billion in cash and equivalents. Palantir is scaling rapidly while staying highly profitable, a combination that's rare in tech and even rarer in an industry where many AI darlings are still burning cash. Looking ahead, management raised full-year guidance across the board. Revenue is now expected to grow 45% in 2025, with US commercial revenue up at least 85%. Q3 guidance calls for another sequential acceleration, which is unusual for a company at this scale. The company is signaling that this momentum isn't a flash in the pan, it's the beginning of a new phase of sustained compounding growth. And that's exactly where Dan Ives' thesis comes in. He believes Palantir is one of the few companies positioned at the intersection of AI software, real-world enterprise deployment, and mission-critical government integration. In his words, they're playing chess while everyone else is playing playing checkers. While NVIDIA is the godfather of AI hardware, Palantir is emerging as the AI software backbone, the platform enterprises and governments actually run on when it matters. Ives dismisses the AI bubble narrative, arguing that this is the early innings of a multi-trillion-dollar transformation, the fourth industrial revolution, and Palantir is a core leader of it. Karp's vision goes beyond financial metrics. He talks about AI as an agency-enhancing revolution, not replacing humans, but giving them superpowers. From blue-collar workers in shipyards to ICU nurses, Palantir's AI tools are cutting wasted time, automating complexity, and freeing people to focus on higher-value work. This democratization of AI capability could reshape industries and broaden the company's market far beyond the traditional corporate IT buyer. And because Palantir's platform is highly opinionated and tightly integrated, customers are increasingly building their own software directly on AIP, locking in long-term dependency and creating a powerful moat. One of the more striking points from the earnings call was the cultural element. Palantir has kept its structure flat, lean, and focused. It has avoided the bureaucracy that slows down many enterprise software giants. It's recruiting top technical talent not with perks or prestige, but with the promise of working on problems that matter in national defense, public health, energy, and finance. As Karp puts it, joining Palantir is a credential in itself, one that transcends background or education, because it signals you've been in the trenches building consequential technology. Put all this together and you see why Dan Ives is pounding the table. Palantir is not chasing the AI narrative, it's defining it. It's delivering enterprise-grade AI at scale, monetizing it across both commercial and government sectors, and doing so with operational discipline. The growth rates are extraordinary, the margins are expanding, the contracts are long-term and strategic, and the product is becoming a platform others are building on. There's no denying the stock has run hard over the past 2 years, and that raises the inevitable valuation debate. But Ives's point is clear. If you judge transformational companies purely on short-term multiples, you'll miss them. That was true for Amazon, Tesla, and NVIDIA in their formative years, and it may be true for Palantir today. The AI revolution is not a future event. It's happening now, and Palantir is already at the center of it. As Karp told investors, this quarter was once in a generation, but if the company keeps executing like this, it may not be the last. And that's why for active investors watching the AI megatrend unfold, Palantir isn't just another name in the mix. It's a frontline player in what could be one of the defining technology shifts of our time. Palantir's latest quarter isn't just another earnings beat, it's a declaration of intent. The company has planted its flag at the heart of the AI revolution, proving it can deliver explosive growth, industry-defining technology, and real-world impact all at once. Dan Ives calls it the Messi of AI for a reason. This is elite execution on a global stage. From transforming how businesses operate to securing America's defense edge, Palantir is showing that AI leadership is about more than hype. It's about results, scale, and vision. If the momentum we've seen is just the beginning, then the story ahead could be even bigger than what the numbers already suggest. The AI revolution has many players, but Palantir is playing a different game, and right now, it's winning.